go to the Chiefs. Let's go to somebody that we talk about a lot on and off the air. We haven't talked about him on air recently, but that's Rashee Rice. I think we're both in agreement here on Rashee Rice that, he's about at a point where it makes too much sense not to draft him. Early offseason, before Hollywood Brown, before any off the field issues, Rashee Rice was going like a late second, third round pick. Now Rashee Rice, he's going pick 91, right around there. He's actually up 8.3 spots. And what I think is significant here is that the closer we get to the season and we don't hear a peep from the league, we don't hear a peep from any off-the-field courts or authorities, he's not getting suspended this year. At this point, I would be very shocked if there was a resolution off the field for Rashee Rice. And I go back to Alvin Kamara, where it took, he played the entire season after that incident in the nightclub or wherever the hell it was, played the whole year, then he served suspension a year later. We're probably looking at, and again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't have any inside sources. I'm just trying to read the tea leaves. No information's probably good information when it comes to games played this year. Like, am I off here?
No. Rashee Rice was a second to third round turn to start the offseason. Now, granted, look, at the end of the day, they did add Worthy and Brown. So I get it. It's not just a suspension that plays into his cost, but I loved Rashee Rice before this offseason, before the suspension talk and the additional weapons. But look, Marquise Brown, I like him. He's had injury concerns, right? He hasn't been able to stay healthy and on the field, right? So you're going to take guys like him possibly who, he's not – if you count how many games Marquise Brown probably misses, it would probably add up to the same amount that Rashee Rice gets suspended. And I don't think Rashee Rice gets suspended this year. To Anthony's point, I'm not a lawyer either, but I thought I saw that the civil case is supposed to be conducted in December. I don't think the NFL is going to do anything until that happens.
Let me interject here before you go, because I just found this. So people out there are comparing the Cameron Sutton suspension, who was just suspended by the league 8 games for violation of the personal conduct policy. His off the field authority case was settled in April.
Yep.
And the NFL just suspended him this week. So if you're saying Rashee Rice might not see a courtroom until December, he's not getting suspended this year.
Yeah, Cameron Sutton strangled and beat his girlfriend and threw her out a window, pretty much. I'm pretty sure. And then was on the run, running from police.
But I'm just saying that's the comp I'm seeing on
I know, but your point, the timeline, right? When the case went through, right, and to now, that's
resolved in April, suspended by the NFL July.
Yeah. So to that point, I don't think he gets 8 games like Sutton got. 2, I think if he gets anything, it's probably 4, and then they appeal and probably bring it down to 2. I think Kamara got 2 or 3, right? Didn't he get 2?
Yeah.
And he beat up somebody and got assault and battery charges. Yeah. So I think Rashee Rice will be fine. Taylor Swift is on his side, so that usually helps. There's a little bit of magic there. But all jokes aside, Rice could be – here's my thing. If you think Rice is going to get suspended, it's probably – if it does happen, it's not going to happen mid-season. They're not just going to – I don't think the NFL is going to come down mid-season and say, hey, we're here. We're going to suspend him now, right? They're probably – because, number one, even if it happens in December, right, the case gets resolved, the Chiefs are a big enough team, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I don't think they're going to suspend one of their star players in December when they could be pushing for a playoff push or there's primetime games where, they're set up for the Chiefs to play primetime games at the end of the year.
Does the league want to do that?
No, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. I don't think the league wants to do that. And so my thing is, like, even if he gets suspended, it's going to be early in the season. If let's say he does, it'll be early in the season where if you're in like a best ball tournament, right? Like forgetting redraft, but if you're in best ball, like you don't care, right? Your team's going to be the healthiest it's going to be in the beginning of the season, and by the time week 4, week 5 comes along, if you've already progressed and like have had guys produce outside of Rice, which at the cost you're getting him at, like you're not paying a heavy price for him, like you're going to be fine. And then he's going to produce the rest of the year. And by the time you get to the playoffs and you start moving to the second, third, and fourth round, like Rice is going to be on your team. So like, even if he gets suspended, it's going to be in the beginning of the year. Like that's not enough for me to not draft him, in my opinion.
And we have a comment in here, NXT, regardless of his off the field issues, the Chiefs receiver room's wide open, unpredictable for me to spend a 5th round pick on any of them. Listen, I get it, but if you look at Chiefs wide receiver snaps, Rashee Rice led, MVS second, Justin Watson third. You want to know where Worthy snaps and MVS snaps and Justin Watson snaps, Hollywood Brown snaps. Like Rashee Rice is the best receiver on this team.
Yeah.
He earned the trust of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid down the stretch in the postseason when it mattered most. And I think that like Patrick Mahomes still needs to develop a rapport with Hollywood. And Hollywood's a veteran. I think that comes along faster. But like Xavier Worthy, he just broke the speed record for John Ross. Remember John Ross? Remember how productive he was in the NFL? Speed's nice. Speed's fun. But you still have to develop as an NFL wide receiver. We already know what Rashee Rice can do in this offense.
Yeah, I agree. Bobby Lane came in here and said it's Rashee, not Rashee. Sorry.
We say names wrong all the time.
Yeah, we're not the best at it. Greg came in and said that he missed the show.